also, I know I do a lot of this, but I just got some new suitcases because I have them for work. I have to have them for work, and I figured I was looking on YouTube when I was originally trying to buy mine, and I found some that were helpful, some that weren't, and some that left me with still a lot of questions. So I'm gonna put the link in the description below for all of the pieces that I got and where I got them from as well, so that those are there. But everything that I got, the suitcase and the tote were from Travelpro, and my cooler I bought from Ebags. The reason I bought the Ebags one in comparison to the Travelpro one were for two reasons. Based on reviews that I've heard from both flight attendant friends of mine and YouTube videos, was that the Travelpro one is a little bit smaller than the Ebags one. The Ebags one is a little bit better quality in general anyway. Also, Travelpro, I want to say was like $55, where Ebags was $37, I think it was, and they had a sale going on, so I got a few of them less. So, so I got my cooler from Ebags rather than from Travelpro as a result. But still all in compliance, still all black, and I really, really like it. I tested it out, actually, the cooler. It's the Cooler 2, not the Cooler Junior. The Cooler Junior is smaller, but the Cooler 2, and it had a lot of storage. I have like meal prep containers, and I was able to fit 3 big meal prep containers, and I still have room on the side that I'll be able to fit like 4 or 5 more smaller containers in for like other snack items. And I'll show you guys all the pockets and everything. But I will show you guys my tote. Hopefully I answer questions about that. I know my previous video I was talking about some bags that I was trying to figure out. Carry on, that is in this video now. I found some at Ulta of all places that I love actually, and so I'm super excited to use them. And then we'll go through that tote, of course. The tote was the biggest difference. Travelpro series, this is the Crew5. The Crew4 tote was a little bit different. I like the look of the Crew4 tote better. They've made the Crew5 totes a little bit smaller, and I was a little worried about storage, but you'll see that they actually came out really, really well still, and there's lots of storage built into it, so I love that. So anyway, so let's take a look at these items. Okay, so this is, like I said, is the Ebags. You can't really see it. They actually made the logo, like it used to be like a white logo, so it used to stand out. Now it's embroidered black, so it stands in, which I really like actually. It's really good size. It fits really, really well on top of my Travelpro as well, which I'll show you guys that at the end, what that full set will look like. So anyways, so to get into it, this here is this nice top pocket. They have it has a pouch. It's really deep actually. Like you have like a plastic meal prep container that's about this thick. It fits really well in here too. So this I'm gonna keep like oatmeal packets, some sugar, some tea, different kind of like just snack essentials and stuff like that, so that when I'm on the aircraft and I need something really quick, I can do that. And then my plan is that I'll be doing oatmeal for breakfast, easy, because you have the hot water coffee machines in the rooms, so I can easily make them in the cups and then easy to go. And then of course snacks on top here, so it's easy. I can just open the top container and just put this like image on the seat. There's a really nice deep pocket also here in the front, and there also is a nice line zipper, and then another mesh pocket here. This I'm gonna keep like random other little snack stuff too. I am gonna be buying from Amazon a spork, so I have a fork, spoon, and knife with me at all times, which is really great. I found some actual containers as well that work really well for me, and I'll put those in the description as well below. One's a 3 segment plastic container. The reason I chose the plastic ones, they squish down a little better, a little bit lighter weight, so not as heavy when traveling as well. They're easy to dishwasher safe. So the middle's really cool. I have stuff in here already. There's a little liner. This liner actually unzips, and you can actually take it out. You can put your ice packs on the bottom down here, so it's like what's in here is just food, and then your ice goes around. Also, like if this gets dirty, you can take it out, you can wash it, things like that. But it's really, really deep, as you can see. And like I said, I was able to fit my meal prep containers here, they're stacked all the way. There was still room on top, and then there was still about like this much room here, which was about 4.5 inches, where I was able to put smaller items in here as well, so that I can easily pack as much as possible. Comes with a shoulder strap. I won't be using this because the nice thing about this one too is that on the back, oops, let me zip this. Oh, there's also, sorry, I get distracted. There's also a little like pocket here on the side for our other extra stuff, which I'll put like gum and like stuff like that into. So these zippers are new, so they're really tight. But there is a little pocket here on the back, so that this will sit over my handle of my suitcase as well. So that's the Ebag's Cooler 2 version of the Junior. The Junior is just a little bit shorter and a little bit skinnier. So maximize, I would say maximize for you. I think it's like $4 more to get the bigger one. So this is what I would get with that. Okay, so the front pocket here is pretty standard. It's a nice deep pocket. There's a spot like a little mesh bag. There is a little zip lining in the front, which is great. Puts important documents, things like that you can put in there. Here I'm gonna keep like pens, and this is also where like I'll keep my badge when I'm not using it. Always, I am the kind of person where I keep everything in the same spot because I always know it's there. So if it's not there, then I forgot it, I don't have it, I'm out, whatever. So that's that pocket. The second pocket is a nice pocket. There is a nice divider. This here is a computer spot. This holds a 13-inch laptop. I have the 13-inch MacBook Air, fits perfectly. There's actually room. And then another two, oops, sorry, you can't see, two other smaller pockets here, and then this pocket here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put here yet, but that's there. The last pocket is the biggest one of them all. It is literally, there's two really big pockets here that are deep, and then there's another mesh lining here that's actually more like waterproof in the back. I keep my important documents back here rather than front just because it's usually harder to get into, but it's really, really deep. There's lots of room. You saw like I took these 3 bags out of there as well, and they fit really nicely. Like I said, I like things in their place. I like organization. So you can see that they fit really well there for you. Let's talk about these really quickly actually. So I got these at Ulta. They're the Ulta Cosmetic Bag, surprisingly. But the thing that I loved about them is that they're really slim. They're black, and you don't need that in there. So I just bought all these more. But they're really skinny, which is great when they're empty. And so what I have done is I have, like I said, when I fly, two things I always have issues with. One, keeping my electronics charged, usually if I'm on like long trips. The other is like brushing my teeth, face, oily skin, rehydration, as well as like lotions and things like that. So I don't like going into my regular suitcase to get stuff out that I need. So I have 2 separate totes, bags. I have my regular toiletries, and then I have one of these that carries, like I said, I just got these because I used to have something else and didn't work very well. These work much better. These will be like my day toiletries, and then my day electronic holders, and then my night ones will be in my suitcase in another bag that's just like this. But as you can see, so I'm just starting to get my toiletries together for this one. Let's not show that because it's not done. Makes no sense. So this one you can see it's not very thick. It's not very bulky either. But I have a smaller bag within my smaller bag. But this has really like a battery pack, a small phone cord, and my corded headphones. So if like I was gonna sit in the jump seat, I needed something, like I control this rather than also this. But either way, I have 2 options. And then in here, I have my portable speaker. I have all of the charging cables that I need for that. I also have my Apple Watch charger, and I have a 10-foot iPhone cable. I also have one more of the plugs. I got these on Amazon. I'll show them to you. They're really nice. They were like $8 for 3 of them, but they have the 2 USBs and then 1 plug-in. Great for the hotels. And then the other thing that I have had for years, granted this is a 3-prong, so I'm gonna go buy one that's a 2-prong. If they have them, I don't even know. Sorry, lighting's really bad. I'm trying to get it to work, but nope, it's not wanting to work, sorry. But this has 3-sided tongs on it too, so I can use this if my hotel room doesn't have a lot. So, but these are really great to add on Ulta. They were like $16 a piece. I couldn't find them on the website because I looked, because I wasn't wanting to go back to the store to get more, and I couldn't find them, so I had to go back. But you can see how skinny they are when they're empty, and then like this has all that stuff that I just had in it, and you can see it's not a difference. But all of that fits really well in this bag. I actually like this bag more, and also is a little bit skinnier, so it also fits under the seat a little bit easier. It fits in the bins, especially if you're flying on smaller planes for some reason, or you're even flying on the regular, bigger mainline aircraft. You're not gonna be having to, your tote sideways in the bin, say this is the bin this way, it's not gonna be sticking out. It fits in there nicely rather than have to elongate it with a bin width and then put your suitcase. So it's much more compact, but it fits just as much stuff. So that is the Flight Crew 5 multi-purpose tote. They have another one similar for the same price. I don't know that one. I like, from the reviews that I saw online, this one was better, so I went with this one, and I'm happy I did. But of course, who knows what the other ones will look like. But anyways, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you later. Bye! Okay, so this here is the 22-inch expandable Travelpro Flight Crew 5 suitcase carry-on. Now, there are two other versions out there. There is the 22-inch non-expandable, and there is the 22-inch pilot version. The pilot version difference is that on the sides here, there are some pockets. There's two like bulky pockets on both sides. I think they're ugly, my personal opinion, so I didn't get that one. I also always get an expandable suitcase. That is one thing I have said before that I don't love about Away, is just because sometimes like you need it to expand just a little bit so you can seal it and then squish it back together. So this gives me those options. Anyway, so it comes with a J-hook, which is great. My tote sits right on here perfectly as well, which is nice. And there's lots of pockets. This here with the Flight Crew 5 has not changed really from the Flight Crew 4 at all. Now there's like different, like there's a lot of deep pockets. This actually has like a little bit thicker of a padding in here, and it's actually meant for your iPad to sit in. And so they have a logo there, and it's meant for that, which is great. I will be keeping all of mine though. My tote, I don't like to keep my electronics in my suitcase just because my tote I can keep like control more of, where my suitcase I feel like it's jolted around more. There's a small top pocket here, which I'll keep like random little things. There's a thing to keep your keys. There's also these in the tote bag as well. So I keep my keys in my tote bag. I don't like to keep anything in here. And then of course you have a little pocket that you can keep. It's very shallow though, keep some stuff in too. But this pocket itself is really, really deep, which is also really, really nice. Third pocket here. This one is meant for your computer. It's really, really deep. As you can see, my elbow pinch fits all the way in it. So it can easily fit like a 13-inch MacBook, the 15 inches as well, which is really great. One thing I did too was that I have a Metal Crew little thing that sits in here. The only reason that I do that is because if we ever have to go through, when we go through security, then at least when they're going through and it's going through the x-ray scanner, they'll know that it's a crew bag as well. Not that it makes a big difference, but at least then they know there. Okay, I always keep my zippers at the very top because this is what happens. I can't find them and then it drives me nuts that I can't. Just sitting this right in front of my face the entire time. Sorry, it is a mess in here. FYI, I've been throwing shit in here to prep and I haven't organized. So, in advance, don't ignore that. So of course you know that I have my container for all of my like soaps, face wash, all that. Shoe bags, my hair dryer for the shoe bag. This is like a packing square cube that has different sizes, which is great. And then also one thing I bought on Amazon for like $12 is this. It is really nice because I have a weird thing where I don't like my clothes that I've worn to be in the rest of my clothes because it smells, so I have a nice bag that'll be my laundry bag for all my dirties as well. One thing that I got on Amazon, which I really didn't even think about, but so smart. I got a different one than other people have gotten, but I got these little, like this is lavender rose. Oop, lighting, so I can't see it, but it's on Amazon. Yeah, it won't focus. There it is. Here, this is like a scent thing, so it makes your suitcase smell good, which is always great. So, to start, there is a mesh top here. This is where all of like socks and all that fun stuff is gonna sit. There is another pocket here. It's not very deep, so usually what I do with this is I'll usually, like if I have one thicker jacket, or like for instance, I want something that I don't want to be part of like the rest of the clothes, for instance, like extra uniform pieces or things like that that can lay really good and take up the entire space with safe in, that's where this is all gonna sit now. So that'll be there. One thing that is different with this Crew5 than the Crew4s, there are shoe bins on either side. I don't use them. I just don't. Straps, I don't use them for shoes, I should say. I use them for like extra socks, clothes, and stuff like that. All of my clothes I roll. If you know, if you've practiced me before, the wheel's here at the bottom. I put all my shoes at the bottom. Toiletries stay to one side and then clothes to the other. It's really deep, which is super nice. Like this is about as deep as the the Away on both sides. So it's much more in the middle now, which is centralized, which is great. I am super excited to be using this bag. I just got it and I will be using it on my trip when I go to New York on Monday. So I will do a pack with me as I usually do for that, so that you guys can see what that looks like. I, of course, am going to try to vlog New York. I'm going to my friends. You, of course, know how that goes. With me and vlogging, it doesn't really work, but I always say I'm gonna try. The back, there's also a really nice other deep pocket here. I don't ever use this pocket because for me, whatever I put in here is gonna get kind of damaged because your suitcase is always being thrown in the bins either on its back or it's being thrown on its side. So I just don't like putting anything on the backs and sides for that reason. One thing, especially with Crew, something to think about, I got this actually from Away. It has my initials on it. I also got a secondary tag that will go on my bag, but you wanna figure out a way of something that that you know that this suitcase is yours so no one else grabs it. There'll be times when you're getting on the crew van or you're for some reason at your base and you're in your crew room that you're leaving your suitcase not with you, you're leaving it in the luggage area and coming back to, 120 suitcases that say Crew on them with a very similar tag and they're all black Travelpros, you're gonna spend some time looking for it. Because sometimes people move bags to get to their bags because you're kind of just all piling together. So figuring out a way that is going to differentiate your bag. Of course, they do some requirements. You can't tag it too much and things like that. So it's look professional and all that fun stuff. And then the different also thing that I love about this one is, let's see, sorry, new thing, and it's not working very well for me, is the handle. The handle in most suitcases, you can see it's curved now. It's actually meant for your hand pulled, which I absolutely love. The other ones in most suitcases, are just a flat handle. This is actually to the curve of your hand naturally when you're holding the suitcase, which I have already found to be so much nicer than any other suitcase I had, including the Flight Crew 4 does not have this feature. This is brand new to the Crew 5. So I will post a picture though of what this looks like finished with both the tote on here, on the J-hook. Some people don't like to use the J-hook. I used to hate using the J-hook and I would put the strap around the suitcase and let it dangle up front here. Now I'm gonna be using the J-hook. It's just a lot easier. And then of course the cooler can sit up here. One thing, like I said, it's great about these coolers because it has the back end strap here. This of course just slides and sits. And as you can see, it looks flush with it. It's not like bulking out at all, which is really, really nice. And then of course, the tote will sit here and we're all good to go. But that's my suitcase. You're gonna get to pack with me. I'm not taking my cooler with me to New York. I'm not gonna be needing to meal prep or anything. I should be, but I'm not going to be because I'm going on vacation. So I'm just gonna be taking the tote and the suitcase with me. But hopefully you enjoyed the little description of this. Hopefully it helped. Ooh, lighting. And I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.
So this is what it looks like finished. I've seen some people that they use a different tote and they put their tote up here and then they put their lunchbox down here. I don't. The only reason being is because I don't like top weight. It just makes it more wobbly. It also puts a lot more strain on the handles. So putting for instance, your shoes at the bottom and then of course, bigger tote bags and things like that are heavier on the bottom, which this is heavy already. And I don't really have anything in it yet. Then makes it super easy when you're pulling your bag. You're not strained weighing down and trying to hold it up. It's balancing each other out because you're pulling it down, but then the weight of the bottom tote being heavier kind of makes it so that it's a lot easier to carry. And then of course with the new handle, the way you can see it grips quite well here, so that it makes it much easier to carry as well. So that's what this looks like though, with the complete set.